Wendy from Meatless Monday Every Day. Today we're going to be making a recipe from the Plant-Based Diet Cookbook for Beginners. It's really good. If you're looking for a good veggie option cookbook, this one's it. But we're going to be making, they call it the Sunday Slow Roast. So essentially what it is a delicious mix of roasted vegetables. I think they call it Sunday Slow Roast because, people would sit around and have a big Sunday dinner. Today is not Sunday and we'll be eating it. So the recipe is simple. The little to no prep work or dishes. So all you're going to need are 6 medium potatoes. I have a mix of, russet and then gold, just because it's what we had. You need 6 large carrots, onions. It says 3 sweet onions. I had 1 big onion, so I've got that. You need 12 ounces of green beans, fresh or frozen. We happen to have frozen. It's winter here, so everything's out of season, so we went with frozen. And then 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. You need 4 cups of vegetable broth. I'll be using water and then the Better Than bouillon. And then for spices, I have set them somewhere. Here they are. We've got a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of black pepper. And that's it. That's everything that this recipe requires. So what we're going to do for our house for dinner tonight, we're going to have all these roasted vegetables, and then we'll probably use like the corn chicken nuggets or the chicken cutlets, just for some other type of protein to go with the meal, because even though this is a lot of veggies, it's not too much of anything else. So what I need to do is have the onion cut up into 1-inch cubes. I cut them into about 1-inch slices. The green beans, well, since they're frozen, they're already cut into about 1-inch pieces. The mushrooms are sliced, so what I have left to do is cut up the potatoes and the carrots. Now, I chose to peel the carrots, and what we're going to do then is cut these into about 1-inch rounds. I have my Crockpot base here, so I am just going to cut everything and put it right into there. If you hear a little clicking noise, it's the dog walking circles around me, hoping I'll drop some food. So, depending on when you're watching this, all of the holidays are over here. We had nice, quiet holidays, which were very enjoyable, in pajamas and watching movies and just taking things easy. Alright, I think my knife needs to be sharpened. I've never done that myself. There's a guy at our farmer's market that you can take your knives and scissors to, and I do that, but the thought of sharpening it myself, I don't know why. It's a little much for me. Alright, in my potatoes I chose to not peel these. If you want to, go nuts. But again, you're going to be cutting these into about 1-inch pieces as well. Now this recipe can be cooked on high or low temps. So if you're going to be cooking this on high, you only need about 4 hours. If you want to cook it on low, you'll need about 6. So this is a great recipe to start at lunch or first thing in the morning. Maybe not first thing, I guess it depends how early you eat, but it's just about 12:30 here to give you a ballpark of how much time we're going to have. So what I'll do is we'll cook this up, and in a few hours I will show you the end result. So this actually makes a ton of food. I mean, you think about it, 6 potatoes, that's going to go pretty far. The last time we made this one, we did end up having leftovers, even with the 4 of us, so I think we had some the next day for lunch. Definitely need to sharpen this. So I did wash all of the potatoes before I started the video. Just scrub them in the sink with a potato brush. This one's a little big. Nothing too fancy there. So for the holidays, we did get a few new cookbooks in the house, so that's exciting. So there'll be some new recipes coming. This cookbook is actually new but not. I had checked it out from the library before. That's how I knew it was such a good one. So I have a 6-quart crock pot that I'm putting this into. If you had a smaller one, maybe a 5 or less, you might need to cut the recipe back a little bit because this is going to be full. All right, so we've got the potatoes in here, the carrots. Just going to dump the green beans in. And I did wash the mushrooms prior. Dump the mushrooms in. Dump the onion. And I've got my spice mix. Pour that on top. You know, I like a little extra garlic, so I'm actually going to pop some minced garlic in there as well. Spoon didn't quite fit. Alright, and then I need to make my bouillon. So usually if you're using this base in water, like for a soup, you would use boiling water so it dissolves it right away. Since this is going to sit in a crock pot, it's not too critical for it to dissolve right away because it can dissolve over time and then it'll sit and slowly cook into it. So I just have 4 cups of water and then the broth base. If you don't want to use that darn cat, Cassie, if you don't want to use the Better Than bouillon, you can just use regular veggie broth. That works great too. So we've got everything mixed up. It's going to be the remnants of the broth there. And see, like I said, this is a 6-quart and it's full. So what I'm going to do is put it in the base behind us. Turn it on low and we will see you back in a few hours. All right, well, it's been 5 or so hours. We've had the crock pot on low. I also put in these corn meatless nuggets. They're kind of like chicken nuggets, so I'm told. And these are a great meat alternative unless you're allergic to mushrooms. Then don't eat these, okay? So these are in the oven and we will get the veggies out of the crock pot. You should get bowls, plates. All right. Turn the crock pot on. These are what the veggies look like. They're soft, tender, they smell great. The house actually smells like we've been making soup all day. So we'll put a few little tenders on the side. And there you have it. Roast vegetables with, in this case today, a side of the corn nuggets. So easy, pop it in the crock pot and forget about it for the day and enjoy it later. If you found this video helpful or just enjoyed watching, please like the video, and if you want to know when new videos come out, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.